Aloha. Well, I am glad you've taken a moment out of your busy day to learn about my audio course. I truly feel you're onto something special here, and I'm proud of you for pursuing your better life and wellness through balancing health and pleasure. In the following audio clip, I am going to tease you with some of my favorite segments throughout the course. Now, by no means is this comprehensive. However, it'll give you the flavor for what is offered on a deeper level when you sign up. Without further ado, I want to give the topic of lifestyle design the opening spot. This is a clip from the first 9-minute coffee conversation, of which there are 9 total. And before we dive in, just to bring you up to speed, I chose the number 9, A, because it's my favorite number, and B, because throughout various cultures it signifies enlightenment. So, here we go. However, the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates pointed out that the unexamined life is not worth living. We all need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture from time to time. Today, we're going to craft the script of your life so that it aligns closer to your desires. If you permit, I'd like to share a short story with you. With my lucky breaks in life, I've also had a fair share of not so lucky ones, in the form of broken bones and such, but none of the over a dozen bones I've broken compared to the gravity of horror experienced one night. Together with 5 other 16-year-olds, I was driving in a car 40 miles per hour over the speed limit. Just our luck, we hit an obstacle, ran off the road, crashed into a stop sign, which deployed the airbags, blinding the driver, who continued barreling up a hill and violently collided into 2 parked SUVs. I was sitting in the front passenger seat. The windshield shattered when my head hit. In this moment, time slowed and white light overtook my vision. I thought it was the end. All 3 vehicles totaled. The car rendered unrecognizable. A discomforting sight of metal thrashed and wrapped around glass and engine components. Ever since then, I feel I've been given a second chance, and I've been determined to figure out how to live it well, and use my professional energy to share what I've learned with you. The reason I thought you'd be keen on that is because it points out my motivation behind the course, and how I am truly here to be a student and seeker of living a life well. One of the most significant paths of study I've taken towards this route was traveling to the foothills of the Himalayas to study yoga and its place of origin. I've included a clip from the 3rd lesson here. World. Hatha Yoga, which is the branch I am a student of, has an interesting mythological beginning I'd like to share with you. Paraphrased from my guru, the goddess Parvati approached her Lord for guidance to ease the suffering of humanity. Lord Shiva revealed to her the greatest of all sciences for the holistic development of man, the science of Hatha Yoga. Through the practice of postures, aka asanas, and breath control, or pranayama, we restore the body and mind to its optimal level, as well as overcome negative emotions, cloudy perceptions, and attachments. We use asana to harmonize the body before we practice breath work. Pranayama, or yogic breathing, is the main way to purify. Prana is the propulsive force of life, setting things in motion and giving them drive. It is said that all paths of yoga are based upon prana. When we practice breath techniques, our lungs expand from a normal capacity of 2,400 milliliters to around 6,000 milliliters of air. And there are many tactics for breath. However, one easy and beneficial one is known as Nadi Shoshana. Alternate nostril breathing aids in the balance of the left and right flows of current, which is an important method in keeping our energy in balance. Just hold your finger over one nostril as you inhale through the other. Switch and exhale. By holding your breath in between inhale and exhale, your cells are forced to draw oxygen from areas of the body not typically accessed. This practice can lead to a deep sense of introversion. Continue until you feel a sense of calm. It helps sometimes to imagine your breath as the flow of water, as in a waterfall. If one can master the calming of the breath, the mind too will be still. So, as we can see from that previous example, I've really tried to highlight the more Eastern approach that I discovered while studying in India. It's important that we recognize yoga as a way to elevate ourselves more so than just tone ourselves. And next, I want to share with you two concepts on food. The first is a teaser from the fourth class. It's about choice and the biological makeup of food as fuel. Even if you have heard these things before, the relearning of it is just as important as hearing it for the first time. Besides, you've grown since you've last heard this information, and the way you take it in now will be different than the way you took it in earlier. And if you struggled to make the changes before, maybe hearing it again will be the tipping point for you. One problem I see is how to wade through the vast sea of information regarding nutrition. So what I've done is selected for you what I think you need to know and broke it down into relatable chunks, easily digestible, if you will. I see a flaw in how many people have spent their lives making money at the cost of their health, just to spend their money on getting their health back. Let's do what we can to reverse that cycle for ourselves and our loved ones. The main way to do this is to eat a healthy diet, which in turn leads to a toned, powerful, and energetic body. And at the heart of this, you must believe that you are blessed with choice and can make the right ones over and over again. Even if that doesn't sound completely like you, or you yet. I hope that after we're finished today, you'll be encouraged enough to make it part of the new you. So let's get started, shall we? Nutri, the Latin root of nutrition, means to nourish, and implies that food is a source of life. Food is composed of three macronutrients known as carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, which your body breaks down for energy. Over the years, fads have shone light on some of these and tried to push others into the darkness. However, they all play equally important roles. And in no particular order, I'll start the conversation with carbohydrates. Carbs are biomolecules consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. The body utilizes their energy as fuel for cells, aka blood sugar. And carbs are everywhere, from veggies to desserts, grains to sodas. However, not all the concepts discussed over coffee conversations are hammering the principles of higher health. As I mentioned earlier, truly, wellness is a result of balancing health and pleasure. So I focus a good deal on how to enjoy food, wine, love, and travel. Here's a sample. Good morning. Oh boy, the next 2 days are going to be fun. They're all about the pleasure element of the Healthicurean philosophy. Enough with the higher health talk already, am I right? So today we will converse about elevating your cuisine to the level of delightful, where food makes us drool, and the whiff of aromas conjures memories and a sense of place, where colors and textures are a pleasure for the senses. Food and wine appreciation really started for me when I took a trip with my college music class to Italy. I lived on a rolling hillside vineyard ripe with delicious plump tomatoes, bountiful gardens, and a tiny grandmother who had been cooking in the same kitchen for decades. It was here when I truly felt for the first time in my life the pleasure that food and wine can bring to one's soul. Ever since, I have been on a quest to bring to life what is possible with primarily vegetarian cuisine. One of the greatest joys in my life is asking my partner which country she would like to dine from and having her spin a globe, land somewhere new, and researching that country's music, culture, and cuisine to create an entire evening themed around the dish. Granted, that doesn't happen every night because it takes a certain amount of work and ambition to successfully pull it off. However, what I do most nights is go to one of my standards, typically composed of nice root and aromatic vegetables, as well as a healthy grain and maybe some tofu, and apply the same techniques and thinking towards making it shine differently every time. And that is what I would like to share with you. Learning to cook is about exposing yourself to new ideas. Playing with spices and seasonings is how you learn to build exotic, ethnic twists. You'll find that you can create a variety of delicious, worldly meals, all unique, but using the same base of convenient and health-forward options such as vegetables, beans, and grains. Catalonian chef Josep Pla remarked that the cuisine of a country is its landscape put in a pot. The richly diverse tapestry of India is a bizarre and fascinating place. Wonder abounds, from lofty, colorful temples to rickshaws buzzing around cows blocking crowded streets. To create the trademark Indian flavor, try a curry powder, which is a blend of spices that varies from region to region, but generally includes coriander, cumin, and turmeric. Also use hot spices, in other words, garam masala, which includes all the prior, plus cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, mustard seeds, and pepper. Yum. Lavish golden palaces, elephants roaming the mountainside forests, and crystal blue waters shimmer in the mind's eye when you use the spices of Thai cuisines. With coconut milk as the base, ginger, basil, and lemongrass, you can turn any vegetable stir-fry or soup into a Southeastern Asian delicacy. For heat or sweet, use sriracha or palm sugar accordingly. As you can see, there's a great deal of research that went into teaching you how to make the most of what's already in your fridge to turn vegetarian cuisine into a feast of the world. However, what good would that meal be if you did not have someone you love to share it with? That's why I thought it's so important that one of our 9 conversations be dedicated to building better relationships. And if it's falling on deaf ears, seek to understand before being understood. The 3 most powerful statements in a relationship are, I forgive you, I thank you, and I love you. Sometimes it can be hard to tell your partner how you feel, but it is crucial, and vulnerability builds connection, empathy, and trust. Share your story so they can see it through your eyes. I think the quality of our relationship is determined by the quality of questions we ask. Try some of these over your next meal together. What are you happy about now? What are some of your favorite memories? What are you looking forward to trying? And what's challenging you now? All right, wrapping it up now, you can hear that there's a great deal of useful information to help you reach the best version of yourself, to live a life on your terms, with better relationships, enhanced creativity, vigor, vitality, and more. I've created my course to be fun, entertaining, and enlightening. So grab your favorite cup of coffee, a few minutes in your morning, and join me for your personal renaissance. Please refer back to this email or type www.trevorjoran.com/Healthicurean Wellness Course, HEALTHICUREAN Wellness Course, into your browser. Till next time, aloha!